Hello, race fans, and welcome here back to Daytona Beach, Florida, with the Apex This Supercar Roof Series. This is Season 3, Round number 2 at Daytona International Speedway. And the drivers are just starting qualifying now, 15 minutes of qualifying. And we're going to while they're doing that, we're going to take a look at some of the standings so far this season. After round 1, let's take a look at the supercars here. Dustin Burkhalter leads the supercar class, followed by Edu Vila, Troy Banks, Douglas Doucette, Bjorn Benches, Chris Leclerc, and Darian Roy. In the RUF series, Jordan Johnson leads Jaron Haslam by 4 points, followed by Tommy Regan, Kenny Teal, Joseph Mayer, Eric Elkins, Michael Dulling, Brandon Piper, Michael McCoy, Daryl Hart, Michael Bond in 11th, Daniel Salmon in 12th, Brian Miles and Sean Stevens round out the field of the RUF cars. And we're going to head on down to the track here and watch some of the guys qualify here. Let's see if we have. Let's see if anybody's come out on the field yet here, out on the track. See, everybody's sitting in the pits right now. No one's come out yet to qualify, and they should be out shortly. I'm surprised no one has come down yet, to be honest. Not one car is on the track. Now, I hope that's not. I had to join the server a little differently tonight. I joined as an actual participant and not as a spectator. I'm hoping that's not causing any problems. I was just looking at the stream and everything appeared fine. And yet, they switched to this session here, and I don't see any. I don't see anybody. Let me check something here. It's showing everybody in there, including myself. Yeah, that's me, Tony Rice, and showing everybody in there, but no one has started yet. You know what? They may have this set up for private qualifying. And see, that's the problem when you join the server as a participant. You can't actually see the other cars. All you can do is go out and just drive, and so that's going to be a little bit of a problem. We're just going to have to wait 15 minutes for the session to end. We're going to have to talk to the league owners there. We'll get that straight next time around, so that we can have this set up so we can spectate. That way, that's the only way we can actually see the other cars during the session. So everyone just sit tight for a little while, and we will be back with you shortly here. All right, now we're gridding for the race here, and should be able to get some cars on the field here. Let's see if we can get everybody on here. Waiting for the cars to start to take the to the track. There we go. Taking a while for everybody to join in. Another sunny day down at Daytona. Looking at 76 degrees air temperature, winds out of the east around 11 miles an hour, pretty stiff winds. Low humidity though, only 1%, and partly cloudy conditions. So that makes for some good racing weather there. Of course, we're on the road course, a 3.54 mile road course, 11 turns. Elevation is 56 and a half feet. And track temperature is currently 96 degrees. We will be rolling out here shortly. There we go. The pace car is starting to move the field. Catch up with your leader there, Paul Slavonic. Let's go ahead and run through the starting lineup here. They're going to be starting fairly shortly here, so we'll just scroll through quickly. You were watching a lot of the qualifying going on anyway. We have two different groups. The two groups are spaced out, the supercars and the RUF cars. Have a gap between the two groups. Pace car now coming around, should be diving off here.
Green flag.
And we're green at Daytona. And Slavonic takes them down into turn one. Right on his tail. He's starting to pull away a little bit though. And Corey Mitchell is right behind him, followed by Douglas Doucette. There's Mitchell and Doucette right there, second and third. Whoa, somebody's in the grass. I think that's Dustin Burkhalter. Yeah, he's still sliding. Hang on to it. Hang on to it. That grass can be certainly treacherous. I tell you, once you get out there, it's just a mess trying to get the car going again because it's so slick out there. World Turcos get back on that blacktop. He's able to get going. Man, he lost a ton of space, and that just sent him right to the back there. He's got a lot of work to do now to get caught up, but at least he doesn't get any physical damage to the car. Just has to get to work trying to claw his way back through the field. Back up with your leader now, Paul Slavonic. Right now, about a 1 second gap to Corey Mitchell. There's Mitchell right there. Not too far back. Let's see if he can catch that number 528 machine. Mitchell's doing pretty good. Not too much going on behind him. So he can pretty much focus on catching Slavonic. And the two of them have definitely separated themselves from the rest of the field. The further back, Douglas Doucette, he's running a comfortable third place position right now. Right behind Bjorn Benches. Benches having a good run. He's in the top 5 now, currently running 5th. Oh, somebody's in the wall. I didn't see who that was. I believe it was Doug Doucette. Maybe not. It was somebody we didn't catch to see who that was. He's up and running now, though. We did have one car in the wall there at the turn coming out on the turns 1 and 2. It might have been Doucette because he was running 3rd. And now he's back in 7th. He must have hit the wall. Let's see if we can catch and see what happened. And go back a little further. There it is right there. He was, let's see, he was coming down into the turn here. This right-hander that leads down to a very sharp left hand to go back out onto the main racing surface, back up to turns 1 and 2. Here comes Doucette now, coming into that part of the track. Looks like he might have got on the brakes just a little too hard, locked them up, and he went right into the tire. Well, did he hit the tires? No, he managed not to hit the tires. Good job, and managed to keep on going. So now he has to play catch up for sure. Right now he's coming behind, coming up on the rear of Michael McCoy there, currently running 7th, 3rd in class. After McCoy, and then there comes Lopez. Running in 8th place. He's followed by Brandon Miles. Oh, he's got a little connection issue there, so we're going to move away from him. Brad Haldane has improved 1 position so far in the race. Shane Hunter at 14th, he picked up 1 position. Darrell Karp started 9th, he's back to 10th. He lost the position. There's Burkhalter. He actually fell back a little further there. Now he's in 11th. Followed by Troy Banks. He started 18th and moved up to 12th place. Let's check back with your leader, Paul Slavonic. He continues to lead. Still has a pretty good gap between 2nd place Corey Mitchell. The top 3 there fairly spaced out. Mitchell followed by Jared Haslam. Jared Haslam, he's 3rd overall, but he's the first in his class in the RUF category. But he is followed immediately by Eric Elkins, also in the RUF class. He's running 4th. He picked up several positions because last time he went by timing and scoring, he was scored at 7th place. So he picked up 3 positions there. or actually 5, you know, being scored 2 in his particular class. Further on back, Bjorn benches. He continues to run in 5th. A lot of space between him and the 6th place of Douglas Doucette. Ben just takes it into turn 1. That tricky turn 1, you got to get that braking just right. Or the car will come around on you, and you're either going to go in the grass or in the wall. Enjoying pretty good lead over Doug Doucette there. Doucette, he had a little. He started 5th, and is currently 6th. I believe he was the one that went sliding in the grass at the start of the race. Now, he just got passed again by Michael McCoy. It's for overall position, but not for class position. So points-wise, that's not going to hurt him. McCoy having a good run. Started 5th overall, and started 8th overall. Currently running in 6th position. He set right on him going into that chicane. A lot of the field is fairly spread out. Let's go down and take a look, see if somebody else has kind of got a battle going on here. Let's look at the 19, Shane Hunter, currently 12th. He's got Burkhalter. Well, okay, that skipped on me. Burkhalter right there, trying to click on Burkhalter and having a. There we go. There he is. Running 13th. Actually, it was Burkhalter that went off in the grass. Yeah, how could I forget that with that super bright car? Now this is he's like I said, Shane Hunter is ahead of him, and that is not just a race for position. That's also for class position as well. They're both in supercars. Further back in the field, there's Edwin Martinez. Gained 3 positions. Pretty clear running in front and behind him. Brad Haldane. Now, he lost a few positions after the start. Started 11th and currently running 14th. 16th position, Joseph Mayer. Well, it's showing him as 15th. Timing and scoring is showing him as 16th. He might have lost a position there. Timing and scoring has to update here. Oh, Mayer got it a little wrong there at the chicane. And he's gone to the pits. I don't know if he went to get some tires or he might just said, okay, well, that's enough fun for tonight. Okay, let's folks. Adam Baltutis Well, he must have had some problems early on. He started fourth and is currently 15th. So he might have spun off somewhere as well. And that wouldn't surprise me. I see him getting a little out of shape there going into that turn. I had a chance to run with the guys last night. I was driving a RUF myself, and that was actually my first time even racing the car. And it can be a little bit of a handful if you're not used to it. And the thing, it's neat to drive, and has nice anti-lock brakes on it. But you know, if you don't have your setup right, the thing will come around on you. And it almost felt as if I had a little bit of oversteer problems going on when I was driving it. That's from my personal experience. You know, but other than that, it seems like a pretty fun car to drive. Just got through the chicane there really well. Let's see, behind Adam is Sean Stevens. He's in another RUF as well. So far, he's lost a couple of positions, and we have 23 laps for the entire race. 8 on the books already. So we're getting fairly close to the halfway point. Back to your leader, Paul Slavonic. He continues to lead. And right now he's showing about a 5-second gap from him and Corey Mitchell. Actually, it's now increased to about just over 6 seconds. Mitchell hammering along, trying to see if he can catch that 528 car. He seems to be I mean, the gap is increasing a little bit, but he still doesn't seem that far away. That's a lap car there of Jared Haslam in front of him. Oh, correction. Timing and scoring updated here. He's actually in 3rd place. Haslam's in 2nd place. He got around that somewhere. We were looking at some other guys. Just over 2.5-second gap between him and the leader. Jared Haslam's on the tear. Doing pretty good. Got a battle of the classes here. That's we have a supercar leading the race, followed by a RUF, Jared Haslam. So we'll see if that RUF can catch that supercar. That'll be interesting to watch. See how that unfolds. And you can see Slavonic right there in front, getting ready to go into the chicane. The gap is still just over 2 seconds to the leader. And now we're just below 2 seconds at 1.972. Jared Haslam is indeed catching Paul Slavonic. He has no one that he'll be battling with for that position. He's well ahead of Corey Mitchell. Good entry into turn 1 there. Really stable setup. This is an open setup league. In iRacing, you can have both open and fixed setups. And many leagues run fixed setups. And as you can see, of course, many leagues also run open setups. And I would dare say it probably favors the guys who really know what they want in a setup and know how to tune the car to their liking, that's really going to help them in the long run. Boy, that lead has evaporated to 1.6 seconds. Jared Haslam is really taking it to Paul Slavonic here, folks. The RUF is running down that supercar, and it may only be a matter of time. I do believe the RUFs are, supposed to be a little faster than the supercars. We'll see how this plays out here. Definitely not close enough to do anything yet. They both go through the chicane well. Slavonic, he's going to have to pedal hard now because Haslam is coming. And he slowed down. I could hear him slowing down. I don't know if he has a problem. Oh no, problems for the leader, Paul Slavonic. I don't know. He just sounded like he slowed down right before the start-finish line. And Haslam just took over the lead. Wow, what is wrong with Paul Slavonic? He might have realized that maybe that RUF was going to catch him anyway and no point in fighting it, and he just got out of the way, which may be a smart thing, because if you're in a car that you know that another car's coming that's definitely faster than you, you'll lose less time if you just let them by instead of trying to battle with them. So that's a smart move by the 528 car there. And of course, he's still leading his class. Both him and Jared Haslam are leading their class. Let's look back to third place, Corey Mitchell. Third place overall, second in his class. And he will be keen to catch Paul Slavonic, because they are battling a points battle. They're in the same class together. Well, Slavonic is about 10 seconds ahead of him, though. He's got quite a ways to go before he can catch him. Moving on back, a nice battle here with Carlos Lopez and Michael McCoy. McCoy right on the bumper of Lopez. Trying to get that draft to work. There's two RUF cars here battling it out, both for position and points position. Down into turn one, McCoy looking on the outside, trying to be, oh, he got out there, stay out of the dirt, and he managed to keep it out of the grass, but it did cost him some time. Good job by McCoy to keep it out of the grass. Lost a little bit of time to Lopez, but not a whole lot. About 0.8 of a second. Nice battle here between the 33 and the 18. We're going to stay with this a little while longer, see what happens here. Oh, McCoy got a little sideways coming out onto the main surface, going in turns 1 and 2. That's going to cost him a little ground now. Lopez starts to pull away just a little bit. Lopez into the chicane. Nice clean entry and exit. McCoy's trying to catch him again, but that little bobble coming out of the infield might have cost him a little bit for right now. We're at lap 13 of 23, so he has 10 laps to see if he can claw his way back up there to the 18 car. Let's look further back in the field. Bjorn Benches. He was in the top 5. He's currently 6th. Started pretty much at the back of the field. Having a good run in the supercar there. He's 6th overall, but he's 3rd in his class. So that would be a podium finish for the in the supercar series, supercar division, that is, for Benches. If he could hold on here for another 10 laps. Clear sailing behind him, no threats whatsoever. Allowing him to just focus and run his line. Let's see, now we're with Troy Banks there, started 18th, he's up to 8th. Troy Banks, another supercar driver, making pretty good progress here. And I believe that's Brandon Miles in front of him. Whoever that is in front of him is blinking too. We do have some guys with some connectivity issues, and if I click on if I select a car and you see them kind of pop out, then yeah, that's why, because some of the guys are having some connectivity issues to the server. There he is. You just saw a glimpse of him there for a second. Oh yeah, he's definitely having some issues there. Looked like that was Sean Stevens, I think, maybe. No, that is Brandon Miles. That's right. Brandon Miles coming back on yep. See, he's losing, keep losing him there, but he came back on Troy Banks. We'll just stay on Banks here for a second. See, that can be very worrisome for a driver when you're driving along. Like, say, if you're looking at it from his perspective, that's what he's seeing, and it's very hard to race that way when a car is popping in and out in front of you, and you just have no idea where he's going to be, and that can really mess with your concentration. You really have to stay focused. But there's nothing that any of them can do, you know, while you're in a race. And while we're looking there, and who was that? Looked like that was Daryl Karp that came up behind Troy Banks. Now he's in a RUF car. He'll probably be a little quicker than Banks. Looks like he's got a nice run coming out of the chicane. See if he can probably want to get a little bit of a draft there and try to slingshot pass. He got a little sideways trying to get the car straight again coming out of the chicane, and it allowed Banks to get away just a little bit. So he definitely won't get him this time. Some guys are better on the straights and some guys are better in the turns. It kind of just depends on the way you catch a guy. Oh no! And Karp goes around and he backs it out of the way. No damage. That turn one can be treacherous, folks, let me tell you. I looped it myself there a couple of times when I first got in that car. Definitely a challenge to drive, that's for sure. Karp, he's none the worse for wear, though. He's still one position better. One position worse than he started. He hasn't lost too much. Started 9th, currently 10th. He's got Doug Doucette in front of him, who picked up the ninth position when he spun. Oh no, and Carp is spun again. Hard coming out of the infield there. Gotta be careful, make sure he doesn't come up on the racing surface. Other guys might be coming along. Trying a little too hard there to get back on the power a little too soon. That roof will punish you if you push it a little too hard. And now showing in 11th place. And now behind him, he's got Eric Elkins, I believe. That's Elkins. Yeah, there goes Eric Elkins. He started 6th, and he's lost 6 position, back to 12th now. He's also in a roof. Let's see if he can slingshot past the 42 of Daryl Carp. Oh, this is going to be interesting going down to turn 1. We know Carp had some problems last time around. Let's see what happens this time. Carp gets on the binders. Is able to get through there cleanly. Elkins does get by though. Picks up that 11th position, and they both caught up with Troy Banks. A slower car. Elkins makes the move on Banks for 10th place. Carp will be looking to do the same. Now this will be interesting coming down here to the end of the infield here. We'll see what happens this time when Carp comes down there. Easy on the power. Carp, he did get out there to the wall just a little bit, but he managed to hang on to it. And he may have power to run down Banks on the straightaways here. Troy Banks for now, he's got a little breathing room here. We have a new leader, folks. Let's check in. Jared Haslam has indeed, well, we saw him get past, not a new leader, we saw him get past Paul Slavonic quite a while ago, and he continues to lead now. He's actually opened up, looks like about, I think next time by timing and scoring, it's going to show him have somewhere between 5 and 6 seconds on the leader. We have to wait for it to cross the start-finish line for it to update. Let's look at his bumper cam there, see what we see. Oh yeah, he's definitely, that's probably about right. 5 or 6 seconds on Slavonic there. Haslam, your overall leader. First in position and in class. As it crosses the line. Still don't have that graphic coming up. Well, I guess we have to wait for Slavonic to cross the line maybe to see for it to calculate that actual gap there. I'm thinking it's about, look like it's a little over 6 seconds. Actually, more like 7 seconds there. Haslam right now is just running away with it. Now we saw this happen on the race with the GTE GT3 series. We had a guy, he was just running away with it, and then after the pit stops, I tell you, it was things really juggled up, and it did not end quite the way you might have thought it would. So Jared Haslam, he's gonna, what's that old saying? Make hay while the sun is shining, folks. He's got to get down with it now and make as good a time as he can. Because if he has not already stopped, I do believe they have a mandatory pit stop that they have to make. Now, he may have made it, may not have made it. Haven't seen too many cars on pit road at all. Let's jump back here with Dustin Burkhalter. Now he's made his way back up to 9th. He did start 13th. Burkhalter, he's under, looks like he's under heavy pressure from Brad Howden. Now, correction, that might have been Doug Doucette because the timing and scoring does jump around a bit here. Leader Jared Haslam, he continues to pull away. Now, I've got a couple of different timing and scoring screens to look at. The one on your screen that we're looking at shows a 9.7 second gap on Slavonic, which is a little different from mine. So we'll just go with that one. But it is a sizable lead. 5 laps to go in this event. Haslam still running, Paul Slavonic still running second, followed by Corey Mitchell. And I believe that's about a 8-second gap that he's got to Slavonic. Carlos Lopez is up to 4th place, followed by Michael McCoy, having a great run tonight. Right now, he's looking at a top 5 finish and a podium finish in his class, as long as he keeps the car on track. Bjorn Benches now running in 6th place, and he too is looking for a chance for a podium finish here. He's 3rd in his class. Good run by Bjorn. Brandon Miles has got some, I think he's one of the guys that was having some connection issues there. His car popping in and out a little bit on us. He was running in 7th. There's Doug Doucette going in the wrong direction. He started 5th and currently 8th. There's Dustin Burkhalter, started 13th and currently in 11th, so he made a few positions up. Ninth place, Eric Elkins. There's Troy Banks. I saw you kick up a little dust there. Let's see. Yeah, it looked like Troy just got passed by Eric Elkins there. Now showing 3 laps to go. Jared Haslam is just motoring along. Still enjoying between 9 and 10 seconds between 2nd place Paul Slavonic. And Slavonic himself, he's got a pretty good gap between Corey Mitchell. There's Elkins. He's battling with Douglas Doucette. I believe it's not a points position battle, but it is for overall place in the race. I'm gonna have to talk to the guys about that, because I'm not sure if you're racing behind a car that's not in the same class as you, and if you pass him, that doesn't really mean anything as far as your championship points, I guess, because you're not in the same class. But no, at this point, yeah, he is the ninth place car on the track. And Doug Doucette, there's Doucette right there. Went a little wide there. I think, boy, they're really battling now. Looks like Elkins is going to get him. So Elkins grabs that 8th spot from Doucette. Showing 2 laps to go. Haslam is still clearly in front, between 10 and 11 second lead. The top 3 have a pretty good cushion between each other and the rest of the field. Let's see, there we have Corey Mitchell, third overall. There's Carlos Lopez, not too far behind. He's different class though. And Michael McCoy, he was having a nice battle with him there for a little while, but he might have just lost the handle on it a little bit now, because he's falling back a bit. Looks like maybe about a 4-second gap between him and Lopez. Now we're on the final lap. Jared Haslam going down in turn 1. Just got to keep it between the lines one more lap. The number 15 will bring it home to the checkered flag. The field is pretty spread out, so everybody's basically just got to keep their cars on track, and unless somebody has an off, it'll pretty much they'll pretty much end where they run. Bringing it out to turns 1 and 2 for the final time. And through the chicane. Haslam cruising to what appears to be an easy victory here. And as we come down past pit road entrance there, it'll be your winner. Jaron Haslam is your winner tonight. Followed by Paul Slavonic, finishing second place. And Mitchell crossing the line now in third. Good run for Haslam there. He was right up the front the whole time. Started second and took home the victory. Taking a cool down lap here. We'll see if he takes it around to the start-finish line. Those like the stock car guys, a good old-fashioned burnout. Giving a little wiggle there as he comes down. Your winner, number 15, Jared Haslam. Congratulations, Jarrett. We'll go ahead and show the final results here. Jared Haslam, your winner. Paul Slavonic, second, started on the pole, followed by Corey Mitchell, third. Carlos Lopez, fourth. Michael McCoy with a great run in the top 5 finish there in 5th. Ron Bench is also having a good day in 6th place finish. 7th is Brian Miles. Eric Elkins, 8th. Douglas Doucette, 9th. Dustin Burkhalter rounding out the top 10. In 11th, we have Troy Banks. 12th, Daryl Karp. 13th, Edwin Martinez. 14th, Brad Halding. 15th, Sean Stevens. Adam Baltudis in 16th. Shane Hunter, 17th. Joseph Mayer, 18th. Kent Kruger, 19th. And it's showing yours truly there, but I was just in to call the race. I wasn't actually in the finishing order there. And but that will do it for tonight's race. And we appreciate you coming out and enjoying the race. And if you enjoyed yourself, then have a give us a like and share. And we'll hope to see you next time around. This is Tony Rice saying thank you and have a great evening.